I get asked all the time, which add-on would I use for Elementor? And one of my favorite ones is QI add-ons. We did a video on that quite a while ago. There's a link in the description. But there is also a QI Pro, a premium version. And I want to go over the widgets because some of them are pretty amazing. Let me tell you right now, this is not a paid for or a sponsored video, okay? There's no affiliate commission link, nothing like that whatsoever. I'm just reviewing and passing this video back to the creators and developers with my feedback as well. And I hope you find it enticing. Right, QI add-ons for Elementor, okay? When I compare a lot of add-ons, a lot of the features I see are very similar to another add-on. And I kind of go, well, I can do a lot of that in Elementor Pro. This is created by someone who lives and breathes and works with themes in Elementor, okay? So what they've got here is amazing. Now, here are all the widgets you do get for free, okay? There are loads of widgets, and I'm not going to go through all of them again because I did a video on that and the link is in the description. We're here to focus on the premium ones. Look, advanced toggle. What is that all about? I'm going to show you really quickly. Now, the free one is dead easy. You can get it on the WordPress repository, or you can click here to download the free version and you get loads of stuff. So here's the pricing. Now, $49 a year for one website, or $79 because you get the QI theme as well. I'm only focusing on the QI Addons Pro here. Remember, this is not a sponsored or an affiliated video. This is just an honest review of the widgets. I would really love to see a lifetime deal on here. I think you could entice a whole load more people, or even have an offer on where maybe for $99 you got 3 or maybe even 5 websites. That'd be pretty amazing. But hey, that's up to the developers. Right, we are going to go into my test website and we're going to start looking at some of these widgets. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? The likes are really important for the YouTube algorithm. And of course, subscribe if you like what you're watching. I'm Imran from Squadron. Now, over here on QI add-ons, we have all of the free widgets. And believe me, you got to watch the video I did. They are really, some of these are, you look at and you go, why has no one thought of doing this before? They are super good. We're just going to scroll down until we get to the very first advanced one. And it's over here, okay? Sorry, not advanced. This is the QI Pro add-ons, okay? Now, this is advanced toggle. That is kind of doing what I was assuming it would do. So you know how sometimes people say, hey, we'd love to have a toggle where you might have, say, a price. So you might say here, I don't know, monthly, for instance. And over here, you might have annual, whatever you want to call it. So when you do the switch, it brings through different pricing tables, and when you click it, you got a buy now button or something like that. Maybe it's like a winter collection and a spring collection for clothing. You can really be quite you can do a lot of variety on it. But here's what I love. I can now select the template I want to show. So look, and it even brings it through. Look, and now let's just go to preview changes. So there's my annual template monthly template coming through. Look at that. So how many times have you had to resort to using a bit of code or another completely separate plugin or a really complicated route to do that? It's now there for you. And that is very impressive. Next, we have the animated device slider. Now, with this one, I haven't done some of the homework, which is you had to get like an image of a phone or a tablet or whatever you were going to use. And then what you would do is you would then assign wording, and you would also assign slides. Now, let me show you what the device slider actually does. It's basically this kind of effect. You know, like you got an animated slide switching going on here. You've got this image here, right, where you can have like basically another image within a image, but it is styled within the frame of like a phone, for instance. Now, one thing I would recommend to the developers about this, I think this is all really fancy and really good, but I would have liked it if there was already a phone frame installed within here. I would prefer it that I don't have to go in and now pick one, because there isn't one actually in the library anywhere. These are just my images. So I would like to see that installed within the QI Pro add-ons. That's just my tip back to developers. Now let's go on to Blog List Premium. Okay. So these are just example blog posts I have. One of the things that we all hate about the standard Elementor post is that it's very, it's not very innovative in what it does. You know, you get your styling, but it's not very, you know, you don't really get a mosaic approach. It's not innovative, right? I don't know how to explain it. So what we have now here is we could do same height, which is kind of what we used to, but we could have the masonry effect or staggered. Proportionates of the images. Oh, okay, so landscape. Or maybe you want to put them in a square format. Okay, no, it's not really square, but I think that's because of the images I've got. What about portrait? No, that's not really doing anything either at the moment. So let's leave it as original. Number of columns, well, that's pretty static. Column responsiveness, I would leave as predefined. Space between the items, yeah, I get that. Enable zigzag. Now, what is that? Oh, I'm not sure about the zigzag. I'm not sure. It looks a bit too a little. I like having my things flat at the top when I do it. I'm not sure about the zigzag there. Pagination, of course. In fact, now what this is missing, and I might be wrong here. So query we've got there, but it's not letting me pick category from what I can tell. There is probably either potential here to add in some shortcode. So maybe this is where you could now enable the categories, but I would prefer it if it had that straight out of the box. That's just my tip and my opinion. In query, I would love to see category here. Right, layout, show info boxes, show date. Okay, yeah, so we could get rid of the author and we'll get rid of the category as well. No, in fact, no, let's leave the category. Enable, oh, there, that's why. Enable pagination. There we go. Now we've got it. Cool. And now we've got the facility for how do you want it to look, infinite. Now, here's the thing I find a little bit weird, okay? If I put this as 6, and I've got pagination on, and I've set it to infinite, right? And I update this, and I go to my page, why am I not getting it? Look, I'm not getting the other posts. And this is for the developers to correct me on this, okay? But there is no option here unless you were to go and use a short code, which I don't think is great for lots of people, is and we've got taxonomy slug. Yeah, you see, look, I'm not convinced. It's kind of like it's taxonomy slug. It's looking at category, but it's not pulling through design. And if I take that off, we have got design. So that's something else I would probably raise back to the developers. Just have a look at that and correct me where I'm wrong on it. Put a comment, okay? Please, I do respect anything anyone says, but if that was working, I do like the facility that gives you to have a lot more variety and variation. Now I'm going to go over here to comparative table and drop this in because that one does look enticing. People often say, how can I get a nice table into my Elementor website? And there are other plugins and tools out there. Styling, you know, you got loads of things going on here with how you could make it look. And if I show you here comparative table, so here's one that this is where you get an example now of what they've done. That's kind of not too dissimilar to what we were kind of just showing you over there, but you could add in your colors and make it quite versatile as well. So it's you know it's definitely got its uses. I mean, I like this one here when you start to add crosses and ticks in like that. So if you're trying to explain the features between your monthly, your annual, or your services or stuff like that, it's not a bad feature to have at all. I think comparative one is a pretty good one there. Cool. Okay, let's now go on to... We have content menu. Well, I'm going to show you that one. This is pretty good. You know, I mean, look, oh, I went and clicked it. This is good. You know, it's another way of doing your menus and items like that. You know, I mean, this one's quite nice, I have to say. This one here with the line moving. Can you see that? That's quite nice. Here you get the dots. Here it's kind of in a tabular format. This is, I'm not sure about the circular one. I'm not sure about that. These just kind of hover effects, but here the line, I know a lot of people that would actually like that style, so there is some variety in what you could do here. Oh, okay, we've got some more going on. Yeah, I think there's some pretty good options here. There are some okay, yeah, you know, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Styling in how you can make something look. So I think they're not too bad, they are. We got data table, so we're going from comparative table to a data table now. The uses of the data table could be maybe showing locations where you don't just want to have a map. I mean, this is a good one, right? You know, if you want to show the different things that are available and you just want to be a little bit different in the way you present it. And again, I think there's some nice styling over here. Maybe the hairdressers that are available at your salon or something like that. So I think there's a lot of variation there, and I think that's a pretty good one as well. The rest of the video, rather than me adding on the widgets, I'm just going to go now through the QI add-ons, their widgets that they've already done, because I think that's a better way of me getting across quickly what the widgets do. So that's what we're going to do from now on. So we have the premium button widget, and this is it's quite funky, I think, in the way it looks, because like it's now like we have buttons, but there's a bit of animation going on behind them. Now, you could create these yourselves, using like, you could have a button with, no border, and then just have something that sits behind it with a bit of like a scrolling effect or a mouse effect going on there. But these are kind of straight out the box things here for you. And there are some nice styles here that I can definitely see some people using on their websites. I mean, look, these little bits of movement, it adds some form of interaction, doesn't it, to your eyes over there. That's a nice one there, I think, with the circle. Drawing of a line there. Yeah, that looks a bit 1970s for me, that does, but that's pretty good. So that was the premium button add-on. The next one we got is the text gradient custom widget. So this is where we have a bit of text, and then you got a bit of gradient over that. Now, what is kind of nice about that is if as you watch it, can you see the gradient is actually moving side to side? So that's a nice bit of variation there. You've even got it over here, and I'm just going to check. Does it do it automatically? Yeah, it is completely automatic. It's not even with my mouse over it. So you're adding a bit of variation. Would I use something like that? I'm not entirely sure I would, but I think, like, look over here now, where we have this gradient here. Is this moving? It's moving. It's really slow, but no, I don't think that's moving. But a bit of a gradient text. Again, you could do that with some CSS, but if you don't want to do CSS, this could be a really good little, like here, that's working quite well as well. So I can see the benefits of it. Not something I would probably use. Google Map Custom Widget. Easily integrate maps. So we've got a map here, and we've got, okay, you've got a marker. So let's just check what we can do here. That lets you display locations using Google Maps in an intuitive way. Okay, so you could add markers onto your map, basically, which I think is a pretty good idea. There's nothing worse than when you have a Google Map widget that you get with Elementor, and you get that big grey box in the top left corner with all the details, and it hides some of the details of the map. It looks really bad on a mobile, you know what I mean. So just having something like that actually is much nicer and cleaner, I think. So I like that a lot. Pricing calculator widget. Now I use a plugin called Forminator for this because it's really, really good. But I showcased this about 2 weeks ago because I just loved it. Look at this. If I say I want bridges and part dentures and crowns and all of this, it's $45 a month. Oh, no, I don't want that. Look at that. This is impressive. Imagine you got different services. Maybe you have a monthly maintenance plan, or types of services you're offering your salon or somewhere else, or deals. This will now work out what you're paying per month, and some items might be more expensive than others. So if I take that one off, we go down to 77. If I take that off, it's 72. So it shows us a bit of variety in there. And this is just really good. I mean, this is impressive. Like, seriously, if there was one widget that I was going to go crazy over, it's this one. Oh, and the advanced toggle. So far, the advanced toggle and this make me go crazy. Seriously, this is brilliant in what it can do. Blog list premium. So we already kind of touched on that one. But this, again, is like the variety you could do on here. I'm still unsure about the infinite and the way of how you actually get categories to show on here. Rating custom widget. Okay. Now, I mean, it's not allowing me to tick. Okay, but it is got some variation in the styling, which I do like. I do like that variation. That's quite nice with these dual colors going on there. You pick your own rating icons and you pick your colors. That's quite good. You know, you can also style it differently as well. Maybe you could pick like house icons, maybe if it was a type of house or rental or something like that. So that is quite stimulating. Yeah, quite like that. Product comparison widget. Now, this is pretty good as well. I mean, it's doing exactly what it should be doing, and I think it presents it in a rather nice way. Is it a showstopper of a widget? Not really, until I got here. So we got products, rating, price, and add to cart. If you're only selling 4 or 5 items and you don't want an entire shop page, can you imagine doing something like this? Maybe down here you'll have details as well. This is like a wonderful, nicely laid out shop. I love the t-shirts. I'd love to can I have all 3 of those t-shirts if they exist? Go buy them for me. That is a lovely layout. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, to have these items here on the side, you're not going to get that with your standard shop products layout, grids and all of that. So that is a real, you know, that isn't, I don't know what you think, but I think that's pretty good. You know, I think that, look, description, I think that is pretty versatile and pretty good. That's another good one I like. Order tracking form widget. So what you would do here, you would enter in your order ID or your billing email, and then what it's going to do is give you tracking information. Now, when I click it, it's not going to give me anything, obviously. But what it should do is hopefully give me info back about my order. Now, you could argue, well, they just need to log into their account and they could see it. But if you want to make your shop and your account area of your website look a little bit different, this could be really good. So underneath my account, you could have a drop down, which is order, track order summary. And on that page, you drop this widget in. So it then returns back their order details. I think that's pretty good. Again, it's something extra on top of what you would normally do within your websites. Business reviews, Yelp. Well, obviously, you will connect this to your Yelp pages and you can start to bring through. I mean, look, just that as an example. For a shop bringing through their reviews, I mean, that is pretty stylish. You got to admit, that does look really stylish. I really like what they did there. Let's close that one. Business reviews, Google. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, it's the textbook way that we kind of see them, really. Okay, of all the styles, what we just saw on the Yelp and this one, these are my favorites. Because we're getting this image of the business, of the person, the entrepreneur, the mastermind, you know, the scientist, whoever. This is lovely, in my opinion. This is really lovely. Love it. Social share buttons. Now, we already get social sharing icons. So what's going to be the big thing about this? Is this going to give us anything majorly different than what I'm used to? And at the moment, okay, that is good. That's quite nice with the whole underline effect. That's nice. You got to admit, that does look good. Oh, look at that. Share. Did you see that? Now we're seeing something different. Let me go back up here. No, they were standard. Look, that's innovation. That is serious innovation, right? Look at that. Who does not like that, right? Can you imagine using that for your menu, maybe? So you hover over it and your menu pops down. No, it's not bad, is it? I quite like that. I like that one. Well done, developers. I like that. Social links custom widget. So this is going to display various social links in a variety of customizable ways. Right, okay, well, that's just your standard. Nothing there. They just look like buttons at the moment. I can be quite critical, can't I? That is quite standard. So I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure about the benefits of this one at the moment. Horizontal double row. Okay, so horizontal double row projects lets you create appealing image slider showcases. I think I get it. So you'll have a big image and then you'll have your smaller ones. Right, I think I get it now. Yeah. I'll have to see that one properly in action. Textual project showcase. I'm not sure I'm liking this, if I'm honest. I have to be honest, right? This is an honest review. I'm not sure I'm liking this. I can see this working on school websites, learning websites, stuff like that. Okay, the gallery, okay, yeah, it kind of works there. I gotta admit, it does kind of work there. but just not sure. I'm just not convinced. I'm trying to imagine how is that going to look on a mobile. I'm not sure about that one. Floating item showcase. Right, okay, so you got a floating item in the middle, and then you got items behind. I have to be honest, I don't think I'm liking that. I feel like, when you have like something like that that's just fixed on the screen while everything else is floating behind, I think it starts to hide what I'm looking at, and I'm not entirely sure about that one. I am brutally honest, aren't I? Stacked item scroll widget. Stacks of items that reveal one by one on scroll. Oh, okay, let's see how this works then. So as you scroll up and down, okay, yeah. That kind is very much like a sticky column approach, but it's not the sticky column approach. But I can definitely see that working. Stacked items, and as you scroll up and down, they slide away one by one. That's not a bad thing to do, because you could have, say, 5 gallery items all stacked over one another, and as you scroll down, they kind of go like that, and then you see the next one. It's like solitaire when all the cards appear, that kind of thing, right? So I actually think that is it's not a bad little feature. That I have to admit, that's not a bad feature. I can see that working, especially for artists. Fixed project slider. So this is where you basically click side to side, and it brings through the details that we have here and info about a project. I think that's a pretty good one. I can see the benefits to that. It's a nice, and what I like here is the way the image is sliding from the right and coming inward. Look, you can see it here, and then it's over there. You can see the table there, and now the table's there. So I like that. You get that. You know what's coming, or a bit of it, and then it's in your face. That's quite nice. That is actually quite nice. Divided showcase carousel. Ooh, okay. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice one, isn't it? Especially the way it's been presented. Architects, fashion, interior design. That's really good. That is a lovely, lovely feature. And look, we've got it over here. So if I click there, back and forth, this is nice. And what I love though is that change. It's, again, you could with a bit of CSS get your buttons like that, your dots, position them. You could use templates within a slider, right? I mean, look, I could do this right all day long and do it manually, right? It's going to slide. So you could treat it like a slider, and then you'll have a template which brings through these items with like entrance animations, and then have 2 images. But, oopsie daisy, I clicked away from it. But I must say that there's something about that I really like. It takes out the complexity and the time you're going to spend creating it manually if you're not fully comfortable with doing that. So there are definite benefits to that. Vertical project reel widget. This now is a little bit like a sticky column, but I do like the way it's revealing those items one by one. And also the text changes as well. Do you see that? The text changes as you go up and down. So let's just see it here. I mean that visually looks stunning there, doesn't it? So I can see the benefits to that. Numbered slider widget. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. The number effect of things sliding in. That's got a big tick on mine. I love things that just add that little bit of va-va-voom, something different. Something, I keep pointing over here when I should be pointing like that. Something different. I like that. I really like that. Hover aware slider widget. So if we hover over idea, nothing's happening. Nothing is happening at the moment. Hover over element corners. Okay. So process. Done. Ah, right. Okay. Idea. Brand. Right. I get it. Done. So when you hover over the corner, it'll bring through another item. Okay. There's benefits to that. Create hover-aware image sliders that display items depending on your pointer. So when I go here, I get create, hover. That could really, I mean, if you imagine you've got a header and you've said, yeah, get ready to see our items. And the minute you hover over items, because it's in a different color font, suddenly the screen background changes. Do you get what I mean? What if the entire background is that? And it's not until you get to items, you see that. Do you know what I mean? So there is some, I can see, oh, look at this. Here we go. Great example, right? Do you see what I mean? It's something that you might not realize is there until your mouse moves over it. So you could again argue, well, that's just a hover effect going on there, but it takes out the complexity of you doing it on your own. Vertical circled slider widget. So a widget that lets you create attention-grabbing sliders with circular frames. Ooh, well, okay, again, it's another variation of something we've already seen, in a way, of what we had above. So, yeah, okay, I get it. But it feels like a duplicate of something we've just seen previously. Divided slider diverge. Okay, yeah, that is a lovely, lovely effect. I like that. You know, you're scrolling down and then the images are changing. Don't tell me you don't like that. I mean, come on, that's a nice effect, right? And well, that's not a real one. We can't do anything with it. But I think that is a nice effect. Don't you like that? I know I do. Divided slider reveal widget. Okay. Ooh, now look at that. As you slide up and down, it's the same kind of thing, but this time, rather than you getting the motion, it's just appear and then doosh, doosh, doosh. That is lovely. And look, let's do it here. You know, I can't drag them up and down, but I can click. That is nice. That is really nice. Here's where, there's some of the items I've shown you where you're going to look at and go, oh, yeah, well, I could do that, a bit of code or whatever. And there are some things you've seen, you go, wow. Like, wow, this is amazing, right? That's really good. Animated device slider. Well, that kind of, I covered that one off. Divided device. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Divided device slider widget. So, okay, yeah, I see that. Again, you're getting that image change and you get an image change on the left-hand side as well. Yeah, I can see that working. I can see people liking that style. It's going to give you something that's going to probably make your website look like it's been built by a massive professional designer developer and they've done something amazing. And when you tell them, no, this is just Elementor and I used the QI Addons Pro, they might go, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. Remember to like and subscribe, okay? Let's just go to interactive project carousel. So if I scroll here, development, fearless, there's a word over here. Whoops, I just clicked on there. We've got a word over here. Ah, what is this moving? Oh, it moves. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is, whoa, that's ingenious. You could have service it, photography, and then have like photography images, inspiration, branding, marketing, SEO, web design. That is really clever. Come on, that is clever. Ooh. Salute to you, developers. Intro swipe images widget. Right, this is just auto switching images. Feels a bit like sliders. I mean, I'm not giving this the greatest service it needs, but it does feel a little bit like sliders, except you have got like this logo in the middle as well, almost like a preloading screen. Intro glitch effect. What? We don't need glitches, but would we use the glitch effect? Would you use the glitch effect? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced on that one. I'm not convinced. Okay, so that's the intro glitch effect, sorry. Intro scrolling images. So as you scroll up and down. Again, it's like it's taking sticky columns and all of that a step further, isn't it, into how things work. But I do like that. What I love about this, the QI add-ons website is it tells you, you add your overlay text, you then add your 2 static images, and then you start to add in any other images and stuff like that. So it kind of talks you through what you would be doing. But I can see working. Image hotspots, right. This is where I feel like we're going to have a bit of fun. So shop area, camper area. It's not doing anything I can't already do with hotspots. I mean, I'm looking at this right now, and I have to be honest, this isn't doing anything beyond. What I do like, though, is this one. So when I do it now, I like that. I do like that reveal effect. That's different. What about here? Okay, again, though, you could do that kind of already within Elementor, but I do like that. I'll be honest. I like that reveal effect. I think they should be promoting this more. So this is my tip to the developers, right? This is standard. I mean, yeah, okay, you get the nice little, the speech or the whatever you call the triangles, whatever pattern, whatever. But the reveal one hooked me more. Image marquee. Yep. I mean, look, which is what they've actually got on their front page. Okay, they've got this. And if you really want to see how this looks really, I mean, look, this is lovely, isn't it? Just nicely scrolling along. Images like that, big ones. But if you really want to see it in action, go to look, you see it over here. So you know how people say, oh, how do I showcase my websites I built or my portfolio? You're getting a lot of it here for you. That's all part of QI Addons Pro. Content menu, we covered that one as well. Vertical timeline. Yeah, so it says fully adjustable. Well, just ticked it. We go down. So yeah, we get our timeline. That's pretty good. We get the MailChimp custom widget as well. So you can integrate with MailChimp and use that. And then you get the Typeform custom widget. Now this one is for creating all types of custom forms for Contact Form 7. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I don't use Contact Form 7. I use Elementor Form, obviously with Elementor Pro. But if you haven't got Elementor Pro, if this now allows you to customize Contact Form 7, I mean, look at this. It looks pretty snazzy, that, doesn't it? Even this one here. This could be really good for you. Right, so let me summarize then in terms of QI add-ons. So the pricing plan is $49 annually, or $79 annually if you want to get the theme as well. $49, same price as Elementor Pro. I would probably say that if you're not going to get Elementor Pro, this is a great plugin to have on your website. I'm even going as far as saying, even if you have got Elementor Pro, some of the widgets you get here are so versatile in what you can do with them that they can reduce the amount of coding and other work you might do on the website. It will also give you some innovative variety to what you can add. I mean, some of the stuff we saw on here, I'm like, whoa, I could really use that. But I kid you not, QI add-ons free will blow your mind when you see what you get there. But then there's all the other stuff you get with Pro. And I would definitely say that if you know your client wants something, or you can convince them that, look, this is really going to make your website stand out, then I think QI add-ons is not a bad plugin to have. I mean, like I said, I think the free on its own is amazing. And I would say download the free. Go get it, right? It's right there. Go get it, right? Free. It's right up there somewhere. Download it. There you go. Look, let me just put my mouse over it so you know where it is. Get the free version, right? You can't miss it. And if you are keen on getting the Pro, I would go for that as well. This is not a sponsored or an affiliate commission linked or whatever video. This is just me, where the developer, they liked the video I did previously. They wanted me to review the QI Pro. I hope you have found this useful. I hope it's good for the developers as well. I'm sorry that I didn't kind of drag in one by one onto my test website, just because we could have spent quite a long time just going through every single setting. And I wanted to really get across what can you get out of QI Addons Pro. I think it is a brilliant, brilliant plugin. The free, the definite, the Pro, there are features on here that I think could really, really help you out. And look, you get quite a lot of stuff here. There's a whole load of stuff here. just to add that variation to your website. Hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow, and I'll see you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat.